They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Walker to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Seahawks at a disappointing 0-4 through the first month of the year. It's been really a lost first month of the season, that's for sure.
And they still believe they have potential. They still believe they're a good team. But they have to absolutely start showing it right now. 0 for 4? That doesn't even sound right to them. But let's face it, you are what your record says you are until you break out of it.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Down the left sideline. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 40 yards on the ground.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd down and 13. From the gun, here's Pickett. He completes this to Walker. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Myers' kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted. So what a turnaround there. A roughing call on the field goal try leads to 1st and goal. Pickett with a quick throw out wide. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Walker. He is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, Is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Ninth play now, this long opening drive. Can they cash it in on 3rd and goal? And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Your ball, baby. Play like you mean it. Man up. Hey, let's go.
Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. Walker once more. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to come. As he's taken down right at the 20.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
You talk about this Seahawk defense.
And they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground. Roberson. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Here's 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, Roberson. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus. Not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter and be more careful with my footing.
He was careful, got a big run out of it. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's Walker. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Pickett will look to throw it here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Third and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. Back to throw, Pickett.
Hard throw, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Myers' kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On second down, it's Walker. And some space here. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try to put some pressure on.
And he coughed it up.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly didn't like what he saw from the coverage on his primary reads, and didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage in lockdown mode everywhere.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. He'll drop to throw.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. This is the tight end Fant. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. Now, I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 120 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Back to Walker on first down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
On 2nd down, Davis. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Pickett. And that'll be incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Pickett changing the play. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Smith and Jigba in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. At their own 20-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
But if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against them because you're running away from people.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, Roberson, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Give him 30 yards there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Pickett throwing again on second down. Has it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That is first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. This is Fant on the short completion.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 10. Looking to throw, Pickett. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah.
There he goes, left side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Roberson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. A little juke. Breaks the tackle. Now Allen. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive. Good for 15 and a first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Again, it's Walker. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Second down and a yard. Now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Straight ahead, Walker. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On the counter, it's Walker. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to work. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Right back to him on first down. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take it in short, steady bursts.
And this offense on third down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And he is going to have a Raiders first down, and they pick it up rather easily. A gain of 9 on 4th and 2. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On first down, Roberson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that one right there, that's what they were looking for.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Roberson, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It is true. The lead cut to 10, 23-13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. And Walker once more. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is fielded at the 27. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
On 2nd down now. Roberson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. No tougher place to be in a spot like this than Seattle. Here's 3rd down. And that's caught by Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce and might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog.
And got his man complete. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Seahawks, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight.